What's up, guys? Today we're cleaning the barn a little bit. We got this new thing and that new thing. I just pushed it from there all the way to over here by myself through this freaking bumpy gravel where it's like dips and dips and dips. That sucked. Anyway, this is new to the channel, but it's not new to me. We've owned this for about 4 years now, so it's been sitting around a long time. It's been sitting in a storage unit. We finally decided to bring it home. This is a Massey Harris Ferguson Workable 202. It's like a 1940, 1960, I don't know, somewhere in there. It runs and drives, but the hydraulic PTO does not work. We have everything for it except for the linkage that turns it on. And we've searched through every single Massey Harris Ferguson manual, gone to countless websites, and we cannot find that one part. So that's why it's been sitting for 4 years, because we can't find the part. And without that, we have no PTO. So it's basically just a pulling tractor, and you can't do anything with the PTO. Basically just kind of haul trailers around. My dad wants to part this tractor out and use it to rebuild that one. But I think it'd be better if we kept this one as a pulling tractor and used that one as our PTO tractor. Because all that one needs is tires and the wiring harness. This one has tires, but it doesn't have the wiring harness because it's different. But that one has the PTO. This one doesn't. So it'd be perfect to take the wheels off this and put it on that one. But then that one would have much bigger wheels than it's supposed to have, and they'd probably hit the fenders. So I think we need to keep this one how it is and just use it as a pulling tractor. I do have the seat. It's still in the storage unit right now, but I'll get that back here at some point. We got to refill this with fluid. I've got all the parts for it. We bought this fuel tank for it. But yeah, we could not find the part for it we needed, so it's kind of just a parts tractor. But it runs and drives as it is, actually. It's not locked up. Everything works on it. Tires are good still. The rims are iffy. But it's a good tractor. We also have the hood. It's in my dad's van right now. So this might make a video where we get it running and everything, and maybe dig some more and look for that part. But yeah, that's where we're at with this thing. This thing I got from John. I paid $50 for it. I don't know why I did, but I just felt like getting back into a mower project because I haven't had a couple in a while. So I don't think this is the original hood, but this says Wizard on it. The reason I don't think it's the original hood is because, well, actually I know it's not the original hood, because the dash is a completely different design. It doesn't even fit the dash. The hood says 14 horsepower. The motor's at 13 horsepower. And I have another one of these mowers at my other property, actually. Another one of these exact mowers, but it has the correct hood on it. So that's another reason that I know this is not the correct hood. So I now have two of these, except my other one is a little bit different. I believe my other one has a different shifter, and the dash is a little bit different. It's an older model, but it's almost the same. And this one also has a speed selector. Mine's a little weird. I'm not exactly sure how it is, but it doesn't have that, and that is a bit different. And I don't think mine has this, at least over in this area. Mine also does not have a deck. This one does, so I mean, maybe I could turn the other one into a mowing mower. Don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this thing. But I have it, and I'm probably going to work on it today and try and get it running. I do need to buy a battery and get some gas and a gas tank, so hopefully I have a gas tank around here somewhere. Or maybe I'll just use this coolant tank. Who knows? Whatever I can find that fits, I'll use. But yeah, so this is where we're at right now. I'm going to continue cleaning the shop. I did just clean up all this. I had a big pile of trash. This frame was over here. I had that pile of plastic from whenever we took apart the white Chevy. All the keeping stuff's over there, and I've got a pile of trash because all my trash cans are full. All three of those trash cans are full. I did take the welder to my other property, so it's not here in the shop. It's at the shop. That from the big dually. I'm going to maybe organize this table a little bit, not sure. I moved the salamander, put the wood here, battery charger, broom, parts that my brother is supposed to be taking for his truck. This motor and these steps, don't even know what I'm going to do with them. I put the exhaust and the spare wheels and the radiator and the chairs back here. The golf cart is also almost done. I'm just waiting on the starter to come in, and then it'll be ready. I got the new ignition in, got the battery cables in, just waiting for the new starter. I also got the carburetor cleaned. I just haven't installed it yet. This frame I'm keeping for building materials to cut it up and use it. This frame I might keep a section of it. I'm working on getting this axle out. I got this bolt and that bolt out, so this side's free. And I got half of this side out, that one out, but this one is seized, and you can see I've beaten on it and kind of ripped apart this shackle. I'm trying to get it all the way in half so it'll just pop out, but it's being a pain back in there, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And then I'll probably cut it there and here, keep that section for parts, and then scrap the rest of it. Most of this is just stuff I'm waiting for people to buy. All this exhaust, I don't know what I'm going to do with. There's the hood to this tractor. Tailgate to my old truck. I don't know what we're doing with this thing yet. We might buy a motor for it, might not. This came with the house when we bought it, and apparently it's got a blown motor. I haven't done any work on it because I'm not really interested in it. That is going into another project that'll be here eventually. That's a 2006 Chevy Express KUV style van. That motor's going in. Selling that motor in the frame. Don't know what we're doing with this. This is the regular mowing mower. We just got to get new tires for it. All this oil that I need to find somewhere to put. More exhaust, more parts, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. I'm trying to clean it up. Because we got to get... That new van's going over here. This truck, whenever I move, I'm taking it with me. It's probably not going to be finished. Hopefully it'll be driving by then. That's in about 6 months. I'll be taking it to my new property. Six to 8 months. I'll be moving this to the new property. These things I'm going to take up front to the other barn where the other truck is, which I don't know if this channel has seen yet. But my other truck is where these parts are going to. So yeah. Alright, I got the barn picked up and cleaned up as best as I'm going to get it for today. I got the entire pad cleaned up, except for underneath of the truck. For obvious reasons, I don't feel like getting out of the truck. I got this all swept off. Made a little pile over there of all the leaves. Tractor's back there, rocks are cleaned up. I moved to that frame. Cleaned up all this trash. Organized that stuff a little bit better. Didn't really take any time on it. Yeah, moved the trash cans more that way. Kind of cleaned up this edge. So now I'm going to bring this mower. I'll be right here. I guess we're going to start working on it. Alright, so this is my temporary camera setup. I got you on my welding cart, kind of at an angle. Hopefully I'll get a GoPro eventually. I got some lights set up so we got some better lighting on the mower. First thing, well not first thing, but we need to fix the steering on this thing. Yeah. The hood isn't bolted on, so it just kind of comes right out. Okay, so yeah, the hood says 14 horse. This is a 12 horse single cylinder Briggs. It does have lights, but they're both broken. So we'll deal with that eventually. Okay. Gas tank is completely broken. On the back of it, so that's no good. We do have oil in this thing. Yeah. It's got oil. It's not locked up, but the belt is seized, so the deck moves. So I just gotta take the belt off. The seat also needs to come out. At least the fabric half of it. Let me go get a knife. found a pair of scissors that works. There's the ring. Get that out of the way. This pad will come off now. Just like that. There's the pad. Bunch of rust flakes. I might see if I have another seat I can put on here. Or maybe just throw a pad on this one. It doesn't have a battery either, so that sucks. So no battery. It does still have the seat sensor thing on, so I'll probably get rid of that. I don't know where to start. I guess I'll get the deck off if I can. I'm sure I will be able to. Scissors in. Maybe I can cut this belt, probably not. Okay. And this deck is rusty. Okay, there's a hard spot there. I don't know what that's about, but we'll find out. I gotta get the deck off. Yeah, this will work. Not the best, but perfect. Something like that. There's one clip. This washer off. One clip, one washer. That one's welded on. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. All right, here's what I got. I got 2 half-inch wrenches, a screwdriver, and a block. I get the 2 front wheels off, and then I'm gonna pull the spindles out, sand them, and grease them. That's all the grease I have, so I'm gonna have to work with a tube. Grease the spindles, grease the inputs. Try to grease everything I can, maybe grease that gear up there. And then hopefully the steering will be way better, so let's do that. Okay, so I got those wheels off. This one was being a pain. I spent probably 10 minutes on this wheel alone, and that one came off in like 10 seconds. Rim got kind of beat up from the hammer. There, no big deal, I guess. It's off, that's what matters, I guess. That was annoying, it sucked. I'm gonna clean up real quick, and then I'm gonna pull those little shafts out and sand them and clean them. Okay, so here is the steering linkage system. You can see somebody beefed this up with some pipe, so that's good in my case. You can see right here, this one's kind of bent down, so I need to take it to the vise and straighten it out. Now this end is pretty stiff. Can't really do this with one hand. It's pretty stiff, but this side will move. See, that's pretty stiff. This side will not move at all. This side is frozen. So I'm gonna unbolt these spindles here, this one and this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try and spin these guys and try and get them freed up in there, as well as straighten this out. And then what I'm gonna do is take some sandpaper and go around these ends, both sides, grease them up really good. I put those back in. I might paint this, I might not, I'm not sure yet. But that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, I got these things fixed, and I got the beam or the thing straightened up. So now these things are free all directions, working great, and they're shiny now, which is great. So the way I did that was I used some pliers to kind of free them up, and then I sprayed some of that. And then once I got them worked enough, I put it in the drill press, these ends, and I spun them around. And while I was spinning them, I was applying pressure in all different directions while spraying that on both ends. And that's how it came out. It looks way better. Everything is moving properly. Now we're moving on to the spindles, which is this. These, I don't exactly know how I'm gonna clean up, but I guess we'll find out. We aren't gonna be cleaning the inside of these because these are just plastic tubes that are, you know, keeping it in place, keeping it from wearing down the steel. Get these washers off. And I'm gonna sand these down and get to them. Got the spindles back in, greased up and everything. Here's the passenger side. Much better. Driver side is hooked up to the steering, so I have to use the steering wheel. I still need to go in here and grease up this gear. That's what's making the noise now. But we're gonna get these connected and see how good and smooth they go. Okay, spindles are on. The tie rod is on. I just greased the gear. Now check this out. Both of them are spinning the exact same. Can't hear a thing, sounds great. Wait, that didn't make sense. Can't hear a thing, sounds great. Anyway, can't hear a thing, works great. Steering great, very smooth, very soft, way better than it was when I first got it, because whenever I first got it, you couldn't steer it at all. I played with it a little bit until I got it to at least move. So we're gonna grease the spindles, put the wheels back on, gotta get some new cotter pins, some washers, and we'll go from there. All right, I got the wheels back on, the spindles and everything tight. I only had one issue with this. Let me get it centered on here. Tires spin great. This one, it's tight. This spins super good though. It's just tight. And I think the reason that it's tight is because whenever I was beating the back of it off, I damaged that little plastic seal in here, which is allowing this one to spin so freely. And so it kind of squeezed it a little bit tighter. And that's why it's not spinning so well. But it's still spinning 100 times better than it was. Oh, so this turns great. Let me get it down off the blocks. Now that it's on the ground, on its own weight again, turn these wheels. That piece is making some noise again. Once that grease kind of gets in there, it'll work better, but rolling now, it rolls 100 times better. still some drag back there in the rear end. The front is complete. Also, another thing to mention, I've been doing this kind of thing with mowers for years. I don't know how many years, but for years I've been doing this. I don't think out of any of the mowers I've ever worked on and sold, I've ever taken the time to actually take one apart and make it work good like this axle. I had a couple of them like this, where the axle was seized up like this, and I just scrapped the mowers completely because I didn't feel like taking them apart and doing all that. I've had things like these where I've put them together, got them good enough and sold them. I've had things where I got them, did a tiny bit of work, sold them. I've had ones that ran good, were fine, but I couldn't sell, so I just scrapped them. I don't think I've ever taken one and actually taken the time to rebuild it and get it good. I have my other one like this, I've done a decent amount of work on, but still, I didn't go to the extent to taking things apart like this, sanding it down, greasing it, making sure it's straight. This is something that I've never done before. So I'm hoping to make this one a good, nice one. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go as far as to taking the front axle out, taking the rear axle out, cleaning and doing every single pulley and blah, 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 blah. No. I might paint the rear fenders. I might not. I might paint the hood. I might not. I might pull the axle out. I might not. The motor is most likely going to be coming out so I can do some work on the pulleys because I want it to go sort of fast. It is going to get some new tires eventually. Not for a while, at least, hopefully. It's probably going to get a new ignition. It's going to get the gas tank. The motor covers, they might get painted. I'm not sure yet. I haven't got there. I mean, the rear axle might come out. It depends on if I can get anything to work with this pulley back here, which I can't get to because somebody welded a tray. So if that pulley's bad, I might have to pull the axle out. But we'll get there when we get there, I guess. I do still need to buy a battery. Maybe a new battery cable, too. Brake works. Clutch, whatever, I guess. It's still the brake. I guess what I'm going to do now is tear into this motor and figure out what is wrong on the inside of it. What's going on? Okay, I guess I'm going to call that the end of this video. So this will be part one. This is probably going to be like a 30-minute long video, maybe longer, which is annoying, but whatever. I'm going to make a separate video rebuilding this motor. I'm still going to do it right now. I'm just going to chop it up into videos. That way they're not super long. So anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Top to Bottom Restorations.